Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. And in this lecture, we're going to go over Booleans and operators. Well, let's start with Booleans. A Boolean is a data type like a string or an integer, or even a floating point number, but what a Boolean does is it returns only true or false. So let's create a new variable called like coffee, which is equal to true. And right under, let's create another variable called like t, which is equal to false. Now, if we print like coffee or like tea, we're just going to get the Boolean response of true or false. And now let's create two more variables of favorite food, which is equal to pizza, and favorite number, which is equal to 32. Now I'm going to wrap these variables with a type data value. This will tell us what type of data each of these variables actually are. If I save this and run the application, we can see that we get class of Boolean, class of string, and class of integer, as like coffee is true, favorite food is pizza, and favorite number is 32. And now one of the main reasons you actually use Booleans is for comparison and logical operations that require knowing if something is true or false. So for example, there are some comparison operators we can use. There's really 6 main comparison operators that we're going to be using. The first one is double equal, which means equal to. In this code, we're saying is 1 equal to 2, and 1 does not equal 2, so this is going to return false. Now make sure you understand that that's different than equals. Equals means this number will now be equal to this number, or if you're setting a variable, this variable is now going to be equal to this variable. This is a comparison. The double equal sign is a comparison saying, does this number equal this number, or does this variable equal this variable? Copy this to make it easier. As we can check equal, we can also check not equal. And we can check not equal by exclamation mark equal sign. Now this is saying 1 is not equal to 2. Is 1 not equal to 2? And that is true. So first one is false. The second one is true. We can also say is 1 greater than 2? Which we know that is false. We can also say is 1 less than 2? Which we know is true. And now I'm going to stick in the same number, but this is going to say is 1 greater than or equal to 1, which is true because it is equal to 1. And here we're going to say is 1 less than or equal to 2. And that's going to be true as well because 1 is less than 2. Now these are examples of comparison operators. Now we can also do logical operators. And logical operators will involve and, ors, and nots. So right under here, I'm now going to type in logical operators. Now, logical operators again are and or nots. So we can say print, parentheses, is 1 greater than 3 and 5 less than 7. If we run this application, we get false because 1 is not greater than 3. However, 5 is less than 7, but and says both of these comparisons must be true. Now this is saying both conditions must be true, but if we do it again, but this time we say or, we will get true, because what or is saying is either of these comparisons must be true. Is 1 greater than 3? No, but 5 is less than 7. So we get a true response. And lastly, as you know, is 1 equal to 1? Yes, 1 is equal to 1, but we can also use a not logical operator, typing in not right before, and now checking to see what we get. We get false, and not is going to ask for the reverse of 1 equals 1. So we are checking if 1 equals 1 is not true. And since it is true, we're getting false. This wraps up Booleans, comparison operators, and logical operators. And I will see you in the next video.